Hey guys, it's MK again, back with another on-demand demo, and this week it's been a very exciting week in the world of AI. And who's stealing the show today? Of course, it's OpenAI. They released a number of models, and today we're going to test out 3 models on a few agentic tasks. So the first model of choice is going to be GPT-OSS, which is OpenAI's open source model, and the model that I'm really kind of most excited about, just from the pure fact that it's open source, 120 billion parameter model with 5 billion parameters activated at the time of inference. I think that fits into many use cases. So we're going to start off by picking one mundane task, and the task what we're going to choose today is, imagine that you're an EA or a PA and the executive that you're supporting is asking for a meeting brief. So normally that takes a bit of time. You got to kind of do an internet search and put a document together, and of course email it to your executive. So this could take, roughly about 1 or 2 hours. So we're going to see how our on-demand agents powered by the OpenAI models can go ahead and automate this task for you. So the prompt is: conduct a comprehensive LinkedIn and internet search to collect up-to-date professional and public information about Mohammed Khalid, CEO of Arev, founder of OnDemand and SchoolHack, based in Abu Dhabi. Create an HTML executive meeting brief with full name, current position, convert it into a PDF, and finally send it via email to my co-founder, Dr. Yusuf at yy@arev.ae. And I'm sorry for leaking your email like that, Yusuf. So before I run this, we're looking at a few things, right? We're looking at the execution plan for each model, and we're looking at the actual tool calling, and just the final report. The quality of the final report is going to be very interesting across these models. So we're going to start with OSS, move on to GPT-5 Mini, and finally the big boss, GPT-5. Okay, so the model is running, the task is running, and I can see only one tool has been called, so which is the LinkedIn search. To the right hand side, I can see obviously that's the HTML report. I'm definitely going to go and render that. So it didn't convert it to a PDF, and it didn't send an email to Yusuf. So that's very interesting. It is a small model. It's extremely fast, running on the Cerebras inference. And the great thing about this model, if it's not doing essentially what we need it to do, you can always go ahead and fine tune it. That's the beautiful thing about open source models. So let's see how we've done. Let's render this document here. So yep, we can see the document here. Didn't manage to grab my image. Found out it wasn't the greatest, guys, on the smaller model, to be honest, and it only managed to call one tool. So yeah, that's the verdict on that model. Still a great model. As I said, it's open source. You can fine tune it, and it is running on Cerebras, which makes it extremely fast. I'm using this model actually for a great use case, and it's working perfectly, mainly because of the hardware. Every time I'm looking to go and retrieve a file, whether that would be anything from my PDFs or kind of data charts, I just simply query OnDemand, and it fetches me that specific document in like under 5 seconds. I think that's great, and yeah, that's a testimony to the great work the guys are doing at Cerebras. And of course, it's a great model by OpenAI as well. So moving on to GPT-5 Mini. We're about to run GPT-5 Mini, and I did forget to name out the tools that we're using. So of course we're using LinkedIn search to kind of do a deep dive on LinkedIn. Of course Perplexity for the search and the research. The Zoho email tool, which connects directly to my actual Zoho email account. And of course the HTML to PDF agent tool as well, to go ahead and convert this into an actual PDF. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna run this. Right, so already it's decided to do 4 tool calls to the LinkedIn search agent tool. So that's very interesting, and you can kind of read the kind of thinking traces and executions here. As you can see here, access the profiles of Arev, OnDemand and SchoolHack using the get company by LinkedIn URL to get more detailed information, including images. So very sophisticated, I must say. And it's moved on now to the Perplexity tool, and it said gather contextual information to understand Mohammed Khalid's professional background and recent news related to his companies using Perplexity. Awesome. It's generating a HTML to PDF right now, which is great. So far so good. Let's see if it fulfills the final task. And of course, we're gonna have a quick preview of the quality of the document. Interesting, it's created 2 PDFs. We didn't ask for that, but we'll give it a chance. It's completed the final task on my Zoho email. We gotta verify that, of course. Oh, interesting. Picked up a cool image of me and Yusuf. So I not only leaked his email, I'm leaking the pictures as well now. The PDF is here. We're gonna go and double check that PDF and also check on my email. So let's have a little look at this. Okay, so right, this is a very good document. Yeah, bit of wrong information here. 23 million Series A, I wish. Definitely not. And interesting. Okay, aviation aerospace. So yeah, that is incorrect. Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's some highlighted info is correct. OnDemand makes building AI apps like Child's Play. Yeah, sounds like something I would say. And there has actually been interesting biohack. Yeah, that is a health product. Some research that not many people know about, and then pick that up. So that's great. Kind of like a spin-off from School Hack. So yeah, the document is not bad. It's not bad. It's not really accurate, I would say, but it's GPT-5 Mini. So I definitely know GPT-4 Mini could definitely not do this. So yeah, that's great. And let's just move along to my actual email and see if it's sent an email to Yusuf and what exactly does that email look like. So great, 1:34 p.m. It has sent an email to Yusuf. Oh, hi, please find attached the executive brief of Mohammed Khalid along with company updates for AREV, OnDemand and School Hack. Interesting. So AREV, it picked it up as AIR, which is interesting. And of course, the document is the same document that we have already viewed. Very interesting. Yeah, let's double check. Okay, so yeah, you see, it created a document, but it didn't send the correct document to my email. So for me, that tells me that GPT-5 Mini is good for like really small agentic tasks, but when you're really dependent on accuracy, it's not the model. But for the mini edition, I'm surprised. So that's great. Good job from those guys at OpenAI for sure. So yeah, now time for the big boy, Mr. GPT-5. Okay, so going ahead with Mr. GPT-5, and yep, let's run this. Okay, so it has started, and interestingly, in step 1, again, it's done 4 tool calls of the LinkedIn search, and it's in, done the perplexity one at the same time as well. So that's very interesting. One of those searches on LinkedIn failed, which is a good sign actually. So it's not gonna go ahead and kind of hallucinate. If it didn't fetch what it was looking for, it would essentially just skip that tool call. So far, so good. I've actually got faith in this one. Straight to the point. It's converted the HTML to PDF rather quickly. And we're looking for the last task, and yeah, it's looks like it's done it. Okay, so now let's have a little look at this document. Interesting, very interesting. So it said that I work for Talarat, which I definitely don't. It's got School Hack, right? But look, it's you got to see what it does, right? So the great thing is here, you can see it's got the logos in this time. So from OSS GPT-5 Mini, it couldn't get the logos there. So it got the Talabat logo. I don't work for Talabat. It's got School Hack, which is great. So yeah, it's got the correct amount of followers on School Hack, and yeah, it's looking pretty accurate. It's giving me some nice talking points, and it's a very well structured document. So yeah, this is great. This is a good output. And you know what? Lastly, I'm gonna actually go ahead and try this one more time with, let's say, Gemini 2.5 Pro, just so we get a feel of kind of how other model providers perform on this task. But you can definitely see the intelligence, moving up as you scale up the model, and the outputs are great. Oh yeah, I didn't check my email, so I'm gonna go back to my email. Yes, I see a second. I see a second email here, and I see the attachment. So we're gonna kind of go ahead and download this, and yep, and it looks like that is the same document. So it's got the same document right this time. So it's good. Yep. So we're gonna try the last and final model, and this was a random decision to put this one in there. But I was just curious to see how it does. So yeah, let's go ahead with our SOTA mode, Gemini 2.5 Pro, which was the leading large language model for a very long time. And yeah, definitely the guys over there are doing some great work at the absolute bleeding edge of AI. So yeah, let's go ahead and let's run this. Yeah, one thing what I like about Gemini 2.5 Pro already is it's just called LinkedIn search once and Perplexity again once. So this is good. It's getting just the information it needs. So that's a good sign, because usually the more information it retrieves, some of these large language models, the more chance of those hallucinations that we saw, like Taliban. I'm more of a Kareem guy myself, but okay, the HTML report is being done. And something to point out, this was rather quick, but let's judge the accuracy. Yep, and it's sent to my email. Awesome. Okay, this seems promising. Let's have a little look. Yeah, let's check out the PDF. Okay, so it has picked out the wrong Muhammad Khalid here. The wrong Muhammad Khalid. But it did fetch a profile image, which is great. The structure of this document is fantastic as well. All of the correct information. It's picked out my two co-founders, Kainun Wala and Dr. Yusuf. Developed OnDemand. Yes, we did. Previously found in SchoolHack. Absolutely. So all of the information's correct here. And there's a few partnerships and announcements that we've made, which is also correct. So you see their views here. Yes, we did the article on national news. Yep. Okay, May 2024. Yep. SchoolHack. That's directly correct. And February, 2024, of course. That's when we launched our partnership with Core 42. Amazing. Yep. Oh yeah. And yeah, the visit with His Excellency that have come to the office. Yep. He found that. That was amazing and a great honor to have him there. So yeah, it's fine. And this is perfect. The only thing it got wrong is that's not me. That is not me. Let's go have a look. And of course, you can kind of fine tune your prompts, but we're not going to do it for this demo. But if I was to go with a model for this specific task, I'll go with Gemini 2.5 Pro with some, heavier prompting as well. So just to make sure you get the right image. But this was a great bio. Everything apart from the image was perfect. Yeah, it did correctly send it to my email. And yeah, look, see the key thing here, guys, is with the other previous emails, right? 2 emails, it comes as an attachment. Well, whilst this time it's got a URL link to the blob storage, so that's very interesting. We're gonna click on that, and yeah, it's the exact same one. So this was great. So Gemini 2.5 Pro definitely wins on this specific agentic task. And it's strange, different models for different use cases, right? And many times I've seen O3 High or GPT-5 perform tasks better than Gemini. So you really got to kind of know these models like almost like your kids, actually, when you're kind of knee deep in this space. So anyway, guys, hope you liked the video, and I hope I showed you some agentic capabilities of some of the latest and greatest models. Stay tuned for some more videos. We have a few huge announcements coming out soon that I can't wait to share with you all. Thanks again for tuning in.